Happy New Year to everybody. This is our first meeting for the year. So that's hi, brother. Say a prayer.
Oh, sure.
Say a prayer, please.
Sure, I will. Father, we thank you for this time. God, we thank you for allowing us to come out here tonight. Father, we ask that you would just come into this meeting, that your presence would be here. Father, we ask that you would just allow us to have conversations, allow us to have conversations and everything work in unity, God. It's all about you, and we want to lift you up. And God, we thank you for this community. We thank you for the people that are here. We ask that you would continue to bless them in all that they do. We ask that you would just be in our midst. In Jesus' name, amen.
First up, Aaron with code enforcement.
I'm going to be sending out some flyers, some pamphlets over this next couple of weeks. High grass is coming, a lot of spring cleaning, so just little tidbits here and there that we're going to be sending out to the community. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to catch me after the meeting. But that's really what we have going on right now. Is high grass, outside storage. If there's anything that you guys want for us to look at, feel free to let me know. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if this might need to be a bit with the city, but like you're in a neighborhood, like with a lot of you know how people might live in a house and stuff, and then you got 100 trucks and cars for just houses they live there in the city street, right?
Yes.
Okay, they're having a problem on Chambers Street, right? But I don't know if I need to change it over out of the city. When, like say, if I come to visit or anybody come to visit,
Right.
and you just board them, you know what I'm saying? You got certain people coming out, harassing people that's boarding and telling you to move your cars. The last time I thought it was City Street, and it don't belong to you. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right. Anytime that happens, if anybody starts harassing you, we usually ask that, there's no confrontation. Just if you can call the non-emergency police department number, and they should be able to send somebody out there and assess the situation. But yeah, the street is a free-for-all.
Like I said, how they live there.
Right.
And then they making people move their cars.
Yeah.
I'll leave to move your car. So it's causing a big conflict, and it's up on Chambers Street towards the 700 and stuff. I told her I would bring it up here. That you hear about it.
And it's fortunately it's the same thing in I think Boardwalk, Chambers. There's small streets, right? So, and it's the sad thing is they want to claim their parking space like right in front, but that's like a public street, so they can't really do that.
So how can that be addressed
The best
to the residents that live there?
I mean, we can send out letters, right, just explaining that to them, that it's a public right of way, right? And we can, I can do that. And then also, like I said, if there's any type of confrontation, we'd rather you guys just call the non-PD, or if it gets that bad, just call 911, right? But that's really the best we can do, Because anything on the street, the police will go ahead and take care of it. So,
Well, I'll let them know. So
we'll
if you
send
check
that out.
just maybe ride through or something. They would really appreciate it. Let us get out up there and let them know.
Now, if you have like an actual address in mind, feel free to let me know, and I can definitely give them a call, just a courtesy call, right? And just let them know, hey, you can't claim the street. So that's everybody's. So. Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a gentleman up there on McKinney Street and Crawford Street
1102 East
I know
McGee.
you done.
that have the red salmon thing going on.
Okay, so
Lots of things going on.
so that one, so that one has been going on for a while
Okay.
now. We have summoned him to court. So that is an ongoing case right now. So unfortunately we have to go that route. So now we're just waiting to see what the next step is. But we have given him a summons.
Now, I know that, when people put fence around their yard, and he's done a decent job in fencing in,
Right.
but there's not any kind of regulation or, rule that says you can't have like a quarter pipe jumped up backyard, right?
Right now, no, we can't, because we had a similar situation on Lakeview Street, where there was like a junk vehicle, and instead of getting rid of it, they went ahead and put a fence around it. Yeah, so,
I got another
but,
question.
this one,
After you know what it didn't have,
yes,
I know you.
yeah,
Come out and have it, so, right, now that's Hudspeth is on the other side.
yes.
God, I guess maybe y'all might say something to the face of the people
Yeah,
before the cost went up.
yeah.
But what's with that?
So
What's
we,
over there?
We are working with him.
Is that coming from the families or where is that coming from?
It's a renter, yeah.
don't see
Yeah. It's a renter, no, you have to go into, yeah, you have to go actually, like, as if you were going into a school, yeah. So, yeah, we had a new renter come in there, so that's what's going on right now, and we are working with them, so, yeah.
I'm sorry,
Because we had several complaints about that.
I'm sorry.
Well, I
They
I almost run off the road. I'm like, really?
They cleaned up a little bit, but, yeah, but we're still.
Sorry, you still have to work.
All right.
I do.
Anybody else? No? All right. Yeah, get with me if you have more time.
He'll be here after the meeting.
Thank you, guys.
See, Tony's not back there. Miss Vicky?
She's getting a timer out of me. Okay, I'm gonna talk, cause I'll only be giving some kind of grace because we actually haven't seen each other since last year. These kind of things, they add up. I actually had a community member that asked me to go to the council to give us more time to speak in front of the council. This was like a really legitimate thing. He said, can we get some more time? I said, well, I'll take it to the council. I even pitched it. And I said, I'll take it to the council. I said, how much time do you think you might need? He said, I need about 10 minutes. I said, oh, hell no. You're not going to give you 10 minutes to stand up there and sit like that. But I'll see if I can squeeze in one more minute. You know what I mean? And so the council said, nah, so it is what it is. Okay, so you didn't count all of that. So I'm just so excited that our streets are near completion. We still got some stuff going on over there on West Prairie, I understand, and we've had a complaint to come through the other day. And so I understand that person that complained is okay now. Also, of course, the city is getting complaints from all over the street work. We're just trying to update a lot of stuff, and we just happen to be in the era that it's happening in, so let's get some grace on that. I do want to highlight Hope Center at Mount Calvary, Raymond Chambers. He's doing a great job over there, and I'm really hoping at some point we can leverage this Southeast Denton Neighborhood Association situation and push in and pull in together to give them some more support. The city is very supportive, so am I. He's doing some great things over there. So y'all keep that in the back of your head, because I'm gonna keep talking about that part. We need that. You see, we can do some kind of collaboration with him over there. Find some kids, work with some kids, do some stuff for the community. People are interested in the infill of these properties now. We're getting more inquiries about infilling. There's some open properties. People have sold properties. We're gonna have more people wanting to build over here. We knew it was coming. We've been talking about it for the last, I don't even know how many years.
Where is the running back?
And you can put anything on anything.
Yeah.
So here we go. So just wanted to keep you all in mind of that. I know Julie's here. Southeast Denton neighborhood plans for the future. That's what I'm calling it. I know there's an official title for it. Julie's going to talk about that. I think that this is going to be a good thing. I I have inquired about those apartments over on Woods Road. I'm concerned about, you know, when kids move in there, we talked about that a couple of years ago, when kids moved in, are gonna be moving in, which school are they gonna go to? Kenny Street, not pleased with it. The places are dangerous. It's a very busy street. There's a bit more people coming in, so, we need some sidewalks over there, we need to get it on the list, let's get it on the list. And then, of course, if anybody's traversing over across, Woods Road, that needs us, probably too close to get on a bus to come to Woods Road, Villareal. How's that gonna work out? So I should be getting some information back to you all. That was a question a couple of years ago when, we were kind of going through the hullabaloo about that facility. That's on the list. Then, just wanna let you know that, the other day, what day was that? Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe? I put in a request for a building name change. I don't know how the process exactly works, but I know there is a process. And to layer on to our whole Quakertown project that we got going on, I'm hoping to have the Civic Center renamed to Quakertown Community Center. Well, and then when you walk in and you're going down the steps and you look up, there's a commemoration of Quakertown there, but it's still called the Civic Center. So why not call it the Quakertown? We going to Quakertown? Quakertown. So I think you're all okay with that. Yeah, continue to layer. And then we'll find out whenever we find out about that. I'll stay on top of that. Now here's some other couple of things. Found out that the city of Denton has the new number 2 and number 3 qualified clean water in the state of Texas. The cleanest water in the entire state of Texas. And then I found out who number 1 was. I give you $100 if you can just do the math and the idea. It's in Texas.
Corpus Christi.
Houston, Texas. My mouth just hung wide open when I heard that. I said, I know you gotta be lying.
That's what I was.
But, to think about it, look at all the millions and millions and millions and millions of people that you have to keep literally safe every day. So there's gotta be a huge process. I know our process is unbelievable, but a huge process to make sure that every time you put water in your mouth, it's as clean as it can be, even though it's old used water. You need to learn about that kind of stuff. I was kind of like, but that's how we gotta get it all. So that was a good thing. We are also taking a look at our energy, how we're using our energy system. All of those things are being talked about in the city council meetings right now. So if you're interested in energy projects, questions in regards to that, take a look at our city council meetings if you can. Now here's something that might be a little bit controversial, but I said I was gonna bring it up because I'm brave enough to do that. I want y'all to pin this and talk about it in the community. Having Juneteenth in Quakertown Park. Having a Juneteenth celebration in Quakertown Park, thereby rendering it being a whole community event. And we can have people join in, whoever wants to join in. Because I just think that it would be just a great idea. And I'm seeing vendors and I'm seeing funds being raised for a particular project in the community. Maybe just at one time, or it might be something everybody wants to do. It'd be better parking. Might have more people to come and purchase from vendors. So I'm gonna just leave that right there. If you all want to talk about that, you my phone number. It's on the website. You can pick it up and just give me a call or email me on that. So tell me what you think. And so don't forget that the voting is in process until the 5th. That's early primary voting. I did find out, which I didn't even really know this, but I found out that when you go at this time and before the 5th, you can pick up whichever vote situation that you want to. You don't have to, if you're a Democrat, you don't have to pick up a Democrat if you're just whichever one you want to do the preliminary in. So you're setting the course for who's going to be kind of battling it out after that. So just want to give you that information. I am done, even though I really do have some more stuff to talk about, but I'm yes, ma'am.
I know she was talking about Moore Street right there, did they ever, are they gonna put a light in?
I don't know. I'm on the mobility committee. I chair the mobility committee. So we're meeting on, coming up here real soon.
Wednesday.
I'm surprised the school district haven't put a light
Wednesday
there.
at
Yeah.
10.
Like that.
He's on,
Wednesday at 10.
yeah, he's on mobility. We're meeting Wednesday. I would definitely put that on, find out what we're gonna do about it. Cause even with the kids
Yeah.
and the light, all this gonna be kind of congested. Yes, ma'am. Civic Center.
Okay.
Oh, Quaker Town. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mayor, do you have anything?
Yeah, real quick. Good evening. I will give you, that is, so I gave you a copy of who's all filed to run places. That was a bit solidified today, so you have a copy of that. I don't have much, just want to say, if you can put in your calendars, April 19th of this year, Habitat Village is doing a groundbreaking there. So for those that want to attend that or want to know where all these people doing over here, that's that. Yes. No, not yet. What is that? Duncan. Yeah.
Right across the track.
And I'll look at the time here in a minute while I'm doing the rest of it, because I didn't note that, but, I'll get that to collect so that I don't waste time. Yes, and I'll get you the time, I'll email you something. I'll know just in a minute, I'll look it up. Denton Parks is having an open house at the Civic Center, and it's family friendly fun. They have, like the new portable truck they have, and they have a new screen that, I don't know if they'll bring that out, but it's always a good time if you have kids, grandkids, etc. So that is March the 2nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. At the Civic Center. Again, family fun, just, open house. And then just to share with you the ease of which you can get things done. Things don't have to be, I found staff to be very helpful if you just point out issues. So I pointed out that Brother Clifton, both those streets are being worked on in his neighborhood. He can't get to his business. And so the city manager was kind enough to drive it over there, drove with somebody else, and then got with the head of that department and said, hey, I need a plan today, tomorrow, but straight away. And so just that simple. If you see stuff, let's work on it, but it doesn't take a whole lot of heavy lifting. We have staff and leadership that's willing to jump on it. They just may not get over here as often, may not know. And so let's communicate those things and give them a shot to jump on it. And then if we need to, revisit or, have a stronger approach to it, let's do that. But initially, I found no problems, just kind of pointing out, hey, these are issues, right? And so to that, I say that just as you see stuff, let's report it, make sure we're getting those things addressed. Last thing, I wasn't here at the end of the year, and the question was, which is, to Councilmember Bird's point, which is more serious, apartment complexes or houses in the neighborhood, or multifamily? I continue to watch that multifamily that was dropped in the end of Skinner Street like a hawk. They came and said they were gonna do a bunch of stuff, didn't do any of it, flipped it, sold it to somebody else. Yeah. Promised the world, did nothing, but sell it and make a bunch of money. So, and they made more money because they changed the zoning. So what I'd stress to you is this. Houses go for about $350,000 or so, right? And let's say you're gonna be in there a few years before you can get the interest down enough to where you can sell it and make money. We all track it. Like if you spend $300,000 on a house, you can't turn around and sell it and make enough to pay the interest payment and make money. You gotta sit in there for a while. So a house on that property sits for a while and maxes out, let's say at $300,000, say you put two of them on there, that's $600,000. Now, look at rent. Now, if you renting that thing, you'll sit on it forever, make money forever, And just by way of example, the apartments over by where Carriage Square used to be across from where Sack and Zay used to be, 1 bedroom, 900 square feet, going for $1,800 a month. So now, if you can drop that right in the middle of this neighborhood with the great parks, great sidewalk right next to downtown, you making $1,900 a month forever. So if you telling me and then what does that do for everybody else's house? Everybody else's house, that land is worth more because I can put multifamily on there, and instead of $300,000 one time over a number of years, I can get a whole bunch of money every month. So now I'm looking to buy everybody on that road. And so that's the danger of it. So I don't subscribe to the idea that housing is a problem. Housing is great. We have a neighborhood. What we don't have is a bunch of apartments dropped in the middle of our neighborhood. That's what you don't want, because that then prices people out of their house. Because you understand, most of the people over here are renting. And so that then drives your rent up because they need you out. You know, and if you're wondering how that works, and if you're wondering that's just people, drive by Spiral Bakery and see that they gone. Rent got too high. So if it'll happen to a business, it'll absolutely do us in a minute. Right. And so that's why I'm upset about that zoning, and I continue to watch it like a hawk, because the first time they put something in, I'm at that meeting, because I don't want it in the neighborhood. I want houses in the neighborhood, because that's what goes here. So for any question, and I'm happy to address any questions, we can do the math, but I guarantee you $1,800 a month factors better than $350 one time, promise you. So that's the danger of multifamily in the middle of a neighborhood versus neighborhood residential. Even if you rent in a house, you're not gonna flip it like that. And we know who that is, and there's just some different benefits to the neighborhood. So passionate about that, just wanted to clear that up, and we can run the math and anytime. So that's all I have. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
The groundbreaking up here on Duncan, are those Habitat homes or those the City of Fenway?
Yes, they're both. So they're Habitat homes. They're, I think they said 32 is what they're shooting for. And I will say, I think the prohibition nowadays is they can't sell them for 15 years. So they put a family in there. That family, Habitat for Humanity carries the note, so they don't have to get a loan. Habitat carries the loan for them. They pay them back, but they have to be in the house 15 years, I think, before they can sell it.
Okay, but they always say that over here, for us, our income is not enough. So what is the income?
You know, I don't know what the numbers, I know they added Pastor Chambers to that board to try to help address some of those concerns, to make sure everybody's being considered. But I would just say, make sure you apply, and if those aren't accepted, then let's talk about that, and let's have a meeting with them. But always the challenge is, they'll say, hey, we didn't get any applications. Yeah, and so.
You think they'll have paper application? Everybody don't know that computer and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You think you will have paper application?
I would think they would, but I'm not certain. Yes, sir.
The sign-up's gonna be at Mount Calvin
No, I want to say
Oh, for the
something.
applications?
for the application, for Habitat, and they'll make an announcement, you should know.
They're going to be there, that's why I raised my hand.
Okay,
They're going to be there March the 7th.
March the 2nd?
March the 7th, okay, there you go.
Everybody will be there, and they will be taking applications.
Like,
March
one
the
take your
7th.
application, throw it in the trash.
Good. So, and that's at 11:30 on the 9th, 19th, 11:30.
It's 11:30?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm having a brain freeze right now, and we're gonna have that for a minute, that's okay.
The Habitat.
Yeah, oh, I was gonna say something in regards to, if you all are considering, applying for one, or know somebody you know, or telling them to get down there or whatever, one of the important things is that you have to put in so many hours of sweat equity, like 500 hours.
500 now?
Yes, and so, I'm thinking that if we can rally a community, see, this is what community is for. Everybody gives them a chance to get their hour. And that's it. You can do anything. You can help out, you can cook, you can bring water, you can do whatever you need to do to help that house get built. Then that's one of the criteria for a person that has to find the house. They and their friends, their community, and all of those people get together to get all those hours in for. then they can work it, they'll be qualified.
Okay,
So I thought I'd just put that in there.
Okay, because I had talked to Nancy Rodriguez.
Yeah.
About a year or so ago, and they had kind of got away from like bringing in a group to help, she said they had gotten away from that. They made change and they went up to 500 hours.
Oh,
They made
okay.
change.
Okay.
But I said, no,
We
but,
definitely confirm that.
yeah, but me, I
That's what
just want to ask a question, I may just have to sit down with you to see how to do the math, like we're talking about the Robertson Street. But I don't want to take up a lot of time, but I know that, that can do some damage to the neighborhood, but you also have this apartment complex over here. I don't know what apartments do to taxes in the neighborhood. You have this on Cross Timbers, and you have this on the corner of Wood and McKinney. Those things are already built, so they're gonna get ready to start coming into the tax roll, and there's nothing on 418 Robertson Street right now.
Yes, no, I agree. The difference is those aren't, better said, all you gotta look is this. Look at what they, because it's all recorded, right?
Yeah.
What they sold it for, property
Right,
for,
right.
then what they rezoned it, and what they sold it for after doing nothing. And I'm trying to tell you, that number is larger by a significant margin, not because they can do less with it, because it is a unique opportunity to put, only thing that was multifamily in this neighborhood was the Redmond stuff, and that's been here since the beginning of time. So now you drop this new opportunity in here, now all of a sudden it's worth a lot more. So the numbers are the number, it's recorded how much they bought it for, it's recorded how much they sold it for, and how much it appraises for now, and it is gone up. So, and that's in the middle of the neighborhood, and my concern continues to be, the difference in those are, I mean, you're right next to a cemetery and industrial building across the street, apartments across the street, the police station, all that is all kind of industrial in its usage. But this, you can't find, other than Redmond's, it's been here forever. But I tell you, the other thing that I just thought about is, and I mentioned it before, if you want an example, look at Skinner Street. The Grays used to live there, that whole side was houses.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's not coming back. We tried to talk to them about, we said, hey, can we buy this for parkland? No. Why is that? Because they got plans for it.
Oh, no, that area.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is look around the corner for what's coming. You just gotta learn from your previous mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to those houses. The price went up and they picked them off one at a time. You plant that mixed use, multifamily opportunity right there and just look at the railroad track and then look what happened to Skinner and be like, hey, this looks similar.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I'm just telling you what they did.
Yeah.
Because we used to go down to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
I know, with Ready Mix, y'all are working on a relocation plan.
What's that?
But with Ready Mix, the city's working on a relocation plan. How's that?
They got to accept it, right? So yes, we presented them with opportunities to move. I'd love for them to move. The city has articulated that we'd love for you to move, but we can't kick them out.
Right.
Yeah, that the issues aren't significant enough for us to have issues to where they gotta move. So we're stuck with them until they agree.
Is it unhealthy?
It is, I thought, but no, they pass whatever requirements from a, environmental standpoint. But yeah, that's exactly what I went, and they had that drain cover was missing on the side over there, and so I reported that they covered it. So every time there's something over there, if I notice, I report it, like if something's a hole or whatever, but they fix it. And so that's the best you can do until they decide they're having to drive too far, it's not making money. And I've talked to private developers as well. It's like, hey, you buy this, talk them out of it, move them on. The problem is, if you don't know, is for them to go someplace else, they have to clear environmental requirements. And by the time they clear environmental requirements, someone buys the property. So they can't get someplace else fast enough. And so you need somebody that owns some land to work with you to make that happen. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Mayor Hudspeth.
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, I am fully aware that in this area, we had spots of residential and commercial. What I don't understand is how you can
Yeah. Well,
And so is that the zoning, that you're referring to as far as the rezoning?
yes, it was residential, and the majority of council decided to change it to mixed use, which is business, commercial. And so they came to council, they said, hey, this is what we wanna do, just like across the street from the Gladneys, and then they're gonna put that giant monster house right there. Told everybody what they wanted to hear, they took the bait. I said, hey, don't do it. Matter of fact, I got it back on the ballot, I got it to be discussed twice, and twice they said, no, we good. I'm like, okay, so, but then, and those votes are recorded, and that's there, but I got it back twice to try to get people, because they didn't even have a neighborhood meeting the first time. I was like, hey, how'd y'all get this far and not even have a neighborhood meeting? So they have to rework that. Then they voted to change it. I worked hard, got somebody to bring it back, they voted to change it again. I was like, man, well, so I just watch it. And so there's rules that regulate what they can be, how far they have to be, and that's the only protection the neighborhood has right now.
I understand.
Can I interject?
Sure.
I kinda had my hand up for a
This is
bit.
when you
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
this is a clear indication.
I'm trying to get the neighbors first.
Oh,
I know,
this
it's
is
just
a clear
It's a neighborhood
indication
I know.
of why
Okay.
you all need to be and stand together. We have these kind of issues that come up through the entire city. And when they come out and they voice themselves and we stay until 10, 11, or 12 o'clock at night, talking about the same thing 20 times, everybody has an opportunity to speak. That's your time, okay? If you don't come and speak, we don't know. People get ready to make some moves. That's how it works.
And Vicky,
Thank you.
and Vicky, I just want to, kind of like, go back on what you said, because this area was blocks, not weeks and acres, not years. How do you take a charted area, charted land that is designated as a block, and end up converting to, weeks and acres?
Planning and zoning, that's where the issue has to be with the planning and zoning. And that's where your conversation starts.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. I don't know, it might be funny, it may not be funny, but I'm not trying to make it funny. Here's my thing. Every time we discuss stuff over here, which we are here for our community, which is South East, right? I don't understand. We over here fighting for our rights and our opportunities and whatever we can do over here. And I brought it down. But it's always building, and I already done told them, everything happens, y'all wanna come over here and throw trash, throw y'all load over at us on Saturday. I know y'all not the ones that I should ask this question to. I've actually been curious and wanna know, do we have more land and stuff over here in South Bend? Do anybody in, South Bend, just anybody in Denton, Texas? Do we have more property or land or?
No, the issue-
What's the problem with it? Everything is jumping over here to us. Why we can't shift it back?
The answer is,
Yeah, I wanna know that.
they moved us from over there to Quakertown down here when it wasn't the place to be, but this area, there's just about 3 years ago, there was a move for everyone to kind of be back downtown. Okay, so that move from, you used to be out in Plano, all these, like larger cities, the desire was to be kind of in the suburbs. Now it's to be back downtown. So Denton, downtown, you can walk from here to downtown Denton in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that's where, like Reverend Logan's touched on, the neighborhood looks different, you see different people walking, different dogs, and you're like, hey, this looks different. Well, that's because the rail trail, the convenience, just the access, you can go from our part of town at 35 is a mess, it don't matter to us, because we can get everywhere we need to go, whatever, not even touching. And so it basically, people just getting hip to what we already know is, this is a great place to live. This is a great part of town. You got 3-4 parks, you got the only splash pad in town, you got grocery stores not too far away, restaurants close by. I mean, it's banging. And so, and it's cheapest, the property's cheapest over here.
Yeah.
I just want to say something to what you just said. What
basically what he's saying and what you asked, basically, we're in the center of Denton. Everything is around us. That's why I would always tell people to hold on to your property. This is the most valuable part of Denton. People don't realize that because everything is around us. You know, we're in the center of Denton. You have to hold on to your property. We're in the center of Denton, and this is the most valuable. They want this. They don't want to put us out. I don't know what nobody says. That's common. That's common.
Brandon, go ahead. We're gonna end it with Brandon. What's your question?
Does Matt need to go first?
No, I said, what's your question? I thought you had a question.
I was gonna give you 2 minutes, but.
So go ahead, Matt.
Specific to your concern and to what other people have said, and maybe this is something Julie can address a little bit later on. As there is a Southeast Denton small area plan that's being proposed right now, and I guess Julie, this is to you. Is it possible to limit zone changes from single family to multifamily to something that would be done with the PD, so that way if somebody sold the property, they'd have to go through the whole process again?
That's a great question, and we're actually going to be talking about some strategies tonight and have the community give feedback on those strategies. And for instance, one of them is potentially an overlay, especially over, because a lot of Southeast Denton already has single-family residential zoning.
Right.
But to put then potentially an overlay on top of that to protect that character, the architectural themes, the scale, the massing of the houses. So all of those ideas are on the table as far as the Southeast Denton area plan. So, yeah.
Okay, so, and last thing, so we have, so elections May 4th, May the 4th be with you. I have signed up to run again for my 3rd and final term, so you would have, so that would cover me if successful 24, serve for 26, and then your term limit, you can't run again. And so so we need to be thinking about,
getting out and voting.
yeah, that too, and forward looking as well, right? Like, we want to make sure we have a good input on who's in the pipeline to step up next and make sure we take care of. I mean, I've been in this neighborhood a long time, but depending on, I just want to make sure, and we'll be around. I mean, we'll be doing things always, but so that's it. So running, there's 3 people in my race, 2 people in other races, but it's just it's important that this neighborhood be heard in those elections so that we can hold people accountable. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Appreciate y'all.
I have a question before you leave.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
What is
ma'am.
the ordinance for this area down here for 18-wheelers parking in the neighborhood? And then they parking on the wrong side of the street and you can't hardly see where you're going.
That is a fair question. Code, 18-wheelers parked on the street, is it,
Yes.
so it's a distance from the curb, I know, but is there a vehicle type?
No.
Okay.
But anytime it's blocking your driveway or anybody else's driveway, that's whenever PD gets involved. So, but other than that, they really don't have like a.
And how far, you have to be a certain amount of distance from the driveway, so maybe you can send that out.
Yeah.
So just maybe a graphic that says this far from the side, from your driveways, this,
Right.
and then kind of this far from the curb.
Yeah.
And visuals, so that if they're driving, they have that piece of paper and say, hey, this
Right.
car, whatever it is too
Yeah.
close to the driveway or too close, and they can report that, and that'll make it easy. Can you help?
Yes, yeah, we can definitely
Thank you.
help with that.
So he'll email that to you, and then that way everyone will have the information.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
After the meeting on that.
I just want to now, I'm back working with the utility assistant. If y'all ever heard of the program, where the only thing you need is proof of your income, and a birth certificate, proof of your income, and a driver license. What this program is doing, you have a utility bill. The company is paying your utility bill. All you have to do is get the application filled out, which I am helping fill the application out. It don't take me like 10 minutes to get it filled out. So I just want to announce if y'all interested in getting 3 light bills paid, and y'all can, come to me. I'll help y'all I'll help you get started. It ain't nothing but like 3, 4, and like I say, that's all you need, and a warrant letter from your income. And basically, you will get, I can't tell you how much you're gonna get, 'cause I don't know how much income you have, but I know it's been some nice checks. I've been getting calls that you got received. So if anybody's interested, let me know, and I can get back with your, with the app. And the program is TOG, T-O-O-G, and they are paying utilities and plus your gas bill. They paying both if you have gas and utility, city of Denton. If you don't have gas, they are paying your electricity bill, I think about a year. And I know this is a good program. That's all you need and that's all you have to do. Just get it submitted and done. And then don't worry about your lights getting cut off. You're welcome. Can I have some application?
There's somebody here from the street, if you wanna come on up.
Sure. So, Seth is in class. Good evening, everyone. My name is Fettig. I'm with the capital projects, and Dad asked me to come and kind of give an update on the projects in the Southeast Denton neighborhood area. So the first project was the Southeast Denton A, and that was like Robinson, Wyatt, Cook, all the streets over there. That project is complete with just a few upgrades left, just cosmetic stuff that they'll be finishing up. Like the mayor said, we're kind of in the area here right now. We're working on Sycamore, Prairie, Bradshaw. Right now you've seen them paving around Peoples and by the splash pad. Hoping to have that finished up by Wednesday. That's planned to have that wrapped up and be done with that street. So then we'll just be, with the rest of the project, be back on the kind of the west side of Locust Elm streets. So overall project, hoping to have it completed by July of this year. And as he said, I mean, we're here to help you guys. I know sometimes it is hard to get a hold of us or hard to find the right person, but reach out to your council members, reach out to the mayor. They know how to get a hold of us, and definitely, because I mean, I know construction is it's everywhere in Denton right now, and I know it's fatigue and hard to get in and out of places, and the roads are tore up and hard to get to your driveways. So definitely understand that. Definitely understand the concerns. So any way we can help, definitely want to do that. I have some cards over here till the end of the meeting. If anybody wants one, happy to give it to you. Have a direct contact to get a hold of us. So, but just like I said, just wanted to give you guys an update of kind of where the projects are right now.
Hey, brother.
Yes, sir.
On that back street with the splash pad?
Yes, sir.
That lot, is people's lot, you know, is there gonna be a driveway coming out of that back lot behind people's? Right in front of the, right across the street from the splash pad?
Not that I know of, unless it's something private on the private side of it. We're not adding any entrances, no new drives, anything like that with the work that we're doing.
It's gonna be just a curve then, huh? Just
Yeah.
a curve in there?
Yeah.
With no way to get out of that
Well,
lot?
he's supposed to have been extending that, cause we came up to the city.
Yeah.
You know, that parking lot and all,
Oh,
he's
there-
supposed to been gonna bring it, cause I'm the one that's supposed of that. So Mr. Clifton have, and the city cap, everybody passed us for that planning and all. So it's gonna come from the back of Mr. Clifton's place.
Okay.
And, he's gonna expand it where he can, and it's supposed to be a road, cause you still can come up through that back sometime. Where do y'all know that?
No, I didn't. I
Well,
didn't-
you can't now. Curve
They
it now.
curved it.
They curved it.
Oh, y'all haven't been back there.
I was just asking, check with the triple max on that.
Yeah.
That's my in and out,
Okay.
when I wanna get in and get out.
Yeah, I can check on that and we can, follow up next time.
Give me a private Logan exit, just put it up there. Check with Clifton.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
So Locust Street, right, it starts in a few months, is that right?
Locust Elm, yep, they, probably, we're still in another, I would say probably 6 months away from getting that started.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so they know.
Yeah, they're final in the design phases on that, and hopefully within, like I said, the next 6 months or so, we'll be seeing that kick off, so. Yeah, but that'll be, that portion that we're gonna be doing will be from kind of the square north towards 380. So we'll be doing utilities, drainage, and all that stuff on that section. TxDOT is planning to kick off the paving from the square kind of south towards Eagle. That's scheduled to kick off sometime in April, maybe May, is what TxDOT, the last time we talked to TxDOT, that's what they kind of said for that, to redo the paving on that and get that fixed. So, all right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Boy, you wanna introduce yourself?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you. My name's Jordan Villareal. I'm proud to currently serve on the Denton Planning and Zoning Commission. Got to serve with Commissioner McGee now for 2 years before he had to retire. I'm actually a candidate now for Denton Central Appraisal District, Board of Directors, place 3. This is a brand new elected position. It's going to be on your ballot alongside the mayor and the city council race. Be happy to have your support. We're going to make sure that we have someone fighting for transparency, renewed trust, and ensuring that we have a community presence on the board. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll leave some business cards up here, and I'd be happy to chat with you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Brandon?
Thank you, man. I'll try to be quick. Obviously, Mr. McDade had to retire from P&Z to cook ribs full-time now. So, I was able to nominate someone else, and that person was voted on by council and received support. So her name is Desiree Padron. Desiree will be here to introduce herself in a couple weeks to you also. She is from the neighborhood, born and raised in Denton, still lives and works here just north of McKinney on the courthouse. So Desiree is here. Also letting you all know, I've heard from some of District 1 residents who are interested in traffic safety, particularly coming out of Township 2 and turning left to get on Dallas Drive to merge on 35. So working with staff, and staff has worked with TxDOT, so there's gonna be a no U-turn sign coming northbound off Dallas Drive, right there in that entrance across from the raceway. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be a no U-turn drive. That's coming as well. And the mayor touched on it as well. I too am on the ballot in a couple of weeks. So Junior asked me to let y'all know that April 20th, right here in this building, MLK, from 4 to 7, there is going to be a debate. The setting the forum is going to happen here. So you all come out and participate in that. And last thing, to echo what Ms. Bird said, it is important for y'all to show up across the tracks. What you say in here matters, but it matters a whole lot more when you get across the tracks. Everything that's said in here is not always honest. I'm thankful that Matt records these meetings, but everything is not always honest. So if you all have questions, it's really important that you show up across the tracks during city council meetings, get your questions answered, and reach out to staff and find the history of everything, right? Sometimes things sound nice, but they're not always honest. So look forward to having y'all support me, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Brad.
City council.
Please follow.
Okay, I think that's it. Michael, you're gonna wait till after, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Julie, it's all you.
I promise I'll be brief. And I have my phone up here because my daughter's at home by herself and she's taking a shower and she is prone to dancing in the shower. And so I need to make sure I have my phone in case we have a shower dancing injury. So, okay, so Julie Wyatt, I'm a planner with the city of Denton. And as you may know, we've been working on the Southeast Denton area plan. We're in phase 3 of that project right now. So we did a whole lot of engagement over the summer. Our project team has been doing some existing conditions analysis, looking at census data, looking at real estate data, looking at just all of the numbers associated with Southeast Denton. And has married those two data sets, the public engagement and what we've heard from the community, is also that demographic and census data. As part of that, a marrying of those two, we have established a project boundary with a core 600 acres bounded by McKinney to the north, Woodrow, Teasley, Shady Oaks, Dallas Drive, and Bell Avenue. So that's the core. But we also know that planning and land use doesn't necessarily respect hard boundaries. And so there's that transition area across the road. So across McKinney, across Woodrow, and then across Shady Oaks to make sure that what happens in those areas adjacent to Southeast Denton are compatible with what happens in Southeast Denton. And make sure that we're thoughtful about any projects or development that's happening in that area. So I just wanted to just quickly, the purpose of the plan, what we want to hear from the community is what you want to keep, what we want to preserve, what's important to us, not only from a physical standpoint, that land use. I heard about single-family residential, so we want to hear that, but also those cultural factors associated with Southeast Denton. We want to hear where you would be open to changing occur or things that you would like to see change. And so we're wanting to hear that. And then we're also wanting to hear what kind of investments you would like to see in Southeast Denton. So things like parks and transportation. I heard about Wood Road tonight and the concerns about students crossing that. So we're looking at street sections to make sure that they're safe, our streets are safe for not only cars, but also for people walking and people biking and people of all ages. So we've had a couple of meetings recently. We had a steering committee meeting, and our Reverend Logan's on our steering committee. We also have had a planning and zoning commission where we talked about those existing conditions. Upcoming meetings, there's going to be on March 19th, a joint P&Z City Council meeting to talk about those existing conditions as well as draft strategies. So now yes sir.
Now that meeting, March 17th?
March 19th.
March 19th, is that open to the public, so
Yes,
they'll
sir.
know, and let them know when and where?
Yes, sir. It will be at 11 o'clock at my office, so 401 North Elm. And I can make sure that I get it to Ms. Collette so we can get it out to everybody if you would like to attend, because we'd love to have you there. So with that, we have our audience participation portion of our meeting. So our project team has, I only have 5 books. So what I'm gonna have you do is we wanna hear feedback. So the project team has taken the, talked to the community and has devised some draft goals that we think would help the community achieve those things. Oh, you've already done it?
Yeah.
Friday.
Did I get you on Friday?
No.
All right.
We've
Oh, you've already done it.
I don't know if I'll get done.
Because you want to look?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
So what these strategies are, is they're intended to help us achieve the goals and the vision that we've heard from the community. So things like maybe anti-displacement regulations, to put those in place for Southeast Denton. Overlay district on the residential areas to make sure that the heights and architectural detailing is compatible with what's existing. Looking at those, economic development activities. So I'm gonna pass out some dots. I forgot to pass out dots. What you're gonna do is, if you could look at each page, the strategies on each page, and say whether you like it or hate it, or somewhere in between.
Does anybody not know?
So, all right, okay, good. Yes, I know.
I can do it again.
All right. So what you want to do is, if you like the strategy, if you agree with it, you've already done it? Okay. Yes, y'all can't get rid of me. Awesome, thank you. And what we're gonna do is we're getting this, so if you like the strategy, say yes, or if you feel differently. So you wanna make sure you get one blue dot on each page. We're gonna take this data to our city council and planning and zoning commission, because what this is intended to be a community-driven plan. And so we wanna make sure we're on the right track with the community. We're gonna also be here on Thursday afternoon to get, to try to grab parents who are picking up kids from camp to try to get their feedback. And then we're also gonna do another intercept survey on Friday at Los Abrosita, because we wanna make sure we hear from all community members. At that one, we're gonna have an interpreter so we can make sure that we can communicate with all who are here. So, also, my final ask, if you do have a community event or someplace that you would like me to come, or anyone from our project team, we could get more data or just present the plan, please let me know, because I would be happy to come visit. We're the church. Yeah. Absolutely, because this is phase 3, but we have 2 more phases after this, because based upon whether or not you feel like these strategies are appropriate and something that you do want us to put in the plan, the project team is then going to create implementation tasks. Because what we don't wanna do is we don't wanna go, oh, well, we're done with that plan and put it on a shelf. We wanna start putting it into action, and so we will have tasks that we will then, start doing in order to put it in place. Now, it is a 20-year plan, so it's gonna take a while to get some of those tasks done, but we wanna make sure that we have a good roadmap for how we wanna get where we wanna go. So unless you have any, yes, sir?
I did, so on the one that, I lost the page, the one that was talking about equitable lending, how would the city of Denton like play a role in planning and zoning, making sure that that occurred?
Well, and that is something that I don't have a whole lot of information about, but it is, for example, I believe that Dallas, City Council just adopted, that lending, ordinance to make sure that, adequate funding goes within, all parts of the city, to make sure that, we have that fair banking within the city, so that monies are distributed evenly throughout our community.
And is this available through like email, or is it on the website or anything like that? Like, not necessarily the book itself, but like the book ideas or materials?
It isn't yet, but it will be very soon.
Okay, awesome.
Yes. On Discuss Denton. Well, thank you all for indulging me yet again. It won't be the last time, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. You're stuck with me forever.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You spend a lot of time, giving a lot of time.
Oh, yes, sir.
No, I'm trying to go back.
No shower injuries while.
I wanted to say something, but I'm gonna need the mayor and councilman Burke for this one. I know when Brandon was talking about, you can go up to the city council. You can also call in, but they still allow a call in, correct? I don't see it that much anymore.
Right. I'm assuming they do, yes, I would,
Okay.
but I don't see it as much as, and there's also an e-comment side of things, we can do that.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, there's other ways to get your point without having to go up there. I just haven't heard a phone call in months, not on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that e-comment, I like it. Yeah. Because it
Does anybody need more dots? More dots?
Well, somebody may say that. We have a case on the stormwater, but that is
I think they're we do have
Thank you, everybody, for coming
yeah, this is our